Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping straight into some pretty high-stakes international news. We're working directly from excerpts of a report. It's titled, Trump Warns Brazil on Bolsonaro Witch Hunt Trial.
Right.
So our mission for you is basically this. We're going to unpack the direct reported facts here, see what they might mean, but crucially, stay completely impartial on the political claims inside the source.
And what hits you immediately, I think, is just how direct the reported statement is.
Yeah.
We're talking about a specific economic threat, and it seems explicitly aimed at influencing, another country's internal legal stuff.
It's not subtle.
No, not at all. It's not the usual diplomatic language, is it? It's pretty stark, and the source suggests it immediately raises the tension internationally.
Okay, so let's unpack that central piece. The source lays it out very clearly, reportedly. Trump threatens 50% tariffs on Brazil if it doesn't stop the Bolsonaro witch hunt trial. Now, 50%, I mean, that's a huge number, isn't it?
It's massive,
It suggests, a level of economic pressure that could really, hurt Brazil's economy, maybe cripple some sectors.
Absolutely.
And it's explicitly tied, according to the report, to this specific legal case inside Brazil. Yeah. It's not like a general trade issue.
No, it's very targeted, a precise condition, basically, to avoid these potentially severe economic consequences.
Right.
And if you connect that to the sort of bigger picture, the reported willingness to use such a big economic stick, a 50% tariff, to influence a country's court case, especially one the source frames as a witch hunt, well, that challenges the whole idea of national sovereignty, doesn't it?
It really does seem to.
I mean, this isn't about, normal trade disputes or environmental rules. It looks like a direct challenge to a nation's right to manage its own business, especially its courts, without external economic pressure.
And for Brazil, facing that kind of reported pressure, that must create a huge internal political dilemma, right?
Yeah.
Choosing between the economy and judicial independence.
Exactly. A really difficult spot.
And, this is where it gets particularly interesting for me, the very specific nature of it, focusing on one trial, not broader policies. That makes this reported threat feel, different.
It does stand out.
What does that suggest? I mean, this reported move, does it hint at how economic power might be used differently in international relations going forward, especially when it comes to messing with another country's legal or political stuff?
Yeah, that precision is definitely noteworthy. It suggests a very sort of laser-focused use of economic pressure, moving beyond typical trade stuff into this area that's usually seen as, off-limits, a country's own legal system.
Right. Sacred ground, almost.
Kinda. And the framing in the source, calling the trial a witch hunt, that also underlines the political story behind the reported threat. So if this kind of tactic, this reported tactic, becomes more common, well, it could really change the game in global diplomacy, change how countries think about their own independence.
It makes you wonder how other countries might react or, prepare for similar things happening to them.
Absolutely. It raises that question. How do nations respond when faced with such direct economic intervention in their internal business?
So wrapping this up for you, our listener, what have we looked at? We've explored the core facts reported by our source.
Right.
This reported 50% tariff threat from Trump directed at Brazil, and its explicit link to stopping the Bolsonaro trial, which, again, the source calls a witch hunt.
Those are the key details from the report.
Yeah, the direct details, giving us a sharp look into what might be a sort of new frontier in how countries deal with each other.
Which leads us to, I think, a really important question for you to think about after this.
Okay.
What does this reported willingness, the idea of using such heavy economic leverage, like a 50% tariff, specifically to influence another sovereign nation's internal judicial process? What does that suggest about where international relations might be heading and what it means for, the whole concept of national sovereignty?
That's definitely something to mull over as you keep track of these complex global dynamics. Yeah. We really hope this deep dive gave you a clearer picture of these significant reported facts. Until next time.